Welcome to Reminiscing with History Makers. We're here today with past President Gigi Smith. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
So for starters, when did you join APCO?
1991.
And could you describe your agency, position, and brief responsibilities there?
Yes, so I am the Police Operations Manager for Salt Lake Valley Emergency Communications Center, and we are a consolidated center. We're the largest PSAP in the state of Utah, and we have both. We have police, fire, and EMS that we dispatch for.
Great. What would you say drew you to join APCO, or was there a particular influential person?
You know, there actually was an influential person. I still remember the day very clearly. APCO was just coming about in the state of Utah, and one of my supervisors went to one of their very first meetings. And after she went to the meeting, she came back to our office and she said to me, you know, I just went to this meeting and there's this new group called APCO, and I think you would be perfect for it. And initially it was like, well, what's APCO? Well, I mean, it was history from there.
That's great. Can you describe your APCO activities at the state chapter and the national level during your tenure?
Yep, at the state level, I served on numerous committees. I also helped with their training for their annual conference. I served in some different leadership positions. I was 1 year, 2-year committee member. I was a vice president, president, past president, and eventually executive council representative for the state of Utah. As far as APCO International, I've again served on numerous committees, being a member, and then I've been a chair. I was a group leader, and then I went to the executive committee. I was a board of director, and then of course first vice president, and then president, past president.
Out of those activities, would you say that one stands out as a favorite?
All of them were my favorite, but of course my time as president was a very, very special time.
How would you say your APCO membership has had a direct effect on your career in public safety and communications?
You know what, I have been so blessed to be afforded the opportunity. It's helped me not only to meet so many wonderful people and to learn from them, and I think that's probably one of the best things, is that all the different people that I've been able to meet and everything I've been able to learn, and I know that they were just an arm's distance if I ever had any questions or I ever needed any guidance or support. But then also just with what APCO does, you know, everything that they're into, whether it be the communications, the technology part, it has taught me so much, which I feel has made me better in the job that I do day to day.
What would you say you like most about APCO?
Oh, I love everything, but honestly, it has to be the members and the people. They are truly, truly my family. As I mentioned earlier, not only have I learned from them, and boy, I respect every one of them professionally, but personally, I have been able to become so close to all of them that their children are my children are their children, and it is just so wonderful to just know that we have such a big extended family, and I mean, we're best friends for life.
Mm-hmm. By comparison, what would you say APCO does better than anyone else in the industry?
You know, one of the things is we have a very strong government relations department, and the gentlemen that work in that division are extremely well at their job. With them being in Alexandria, which is just right next door to Washington, D.C., we have such a great relationship with the FCC, with the Department of Homeland Security. Within the Homeland Security, we also have OEC and OIC, and I think we do that better than any other association.
Do you think there's anything APCO needs to do in order to move forward or to stay current in the industry?
I think the most important thing is just to keep their thumb on the pulse. They really need to be proactive rather than reactive. I know it's hard to look into the future, to look into that crystal ball and know what's going to happen and what's out there, but I think it's so important that if we stay involved, we continue with our relationships so that we know what's on the horizon and what's coming, and again, seek out opportunities and get to know what's out there so that we can jump ahead and not try to be making up or getting back and trying to make up that time.
Sure. Well, lastly, is there anything for you that stands out as a significant contribution during your time in office?
Oh my gosh, I have so many memories, it would be hard to narrow them down, but probably the most two biggest times of my life is, number one, being invited to the White House, where they were doing, it was when APCOM was first coming out, and they had what I call a big think tank. They had people in there that I thought were just absolutely amazing, and they were putting their ideas together about how can we create APCOM? How can we make it so that public safety has a place where they can go to look at these applications and know whether they're going to work or not work, and come up with all these new ideas. And then the other time is that I had to testify in front of the U.S. Senate about wireless location accuracy. And that was just an amazing opportunity to me. I mean, not only is it something that not very many people have the opportunity to do, so I was afforded that, but at the same time, I mean, what an honor to be able to represent everyone in public safety, APCO, telecommunicators, and those that even aren't members, but that it will affect them as well.
No kidding. Well, thank you for sharing with us, and thank you for joining us on Reminiscing with History Makers.
All right, thank you.